We are back, folks. It's your boy, OG Tim Wilson. And I am in the building with my homeboys, Big Ed and Wade. And it is time for the What Up Those Show Network's version of the Fantasy Football Roundup, where we help you put together the perfect lineup so that you can dominate your league. If you've been listening and you've been paying attention and you've been taking heed to our advice, you should be kicking some ass. And we are here to help you kick some ass this week. So with no further ado, I want to bring on my homies that's here to help me help you. Big Ed and Ways, this is the Fantasy Football Roundup. What up, though, Big Ed?
What's going down, fellas? What's going down?
It's all good. It's all good. What's going on, Joe Ways?
Man, I'm ready for this week. Last week I was not ready. Oh, Lord, was I not ready. This past week was just terrible. In the great words of Charles Barkley, this was just terrible.
Just terrible. Just terrible. Well,
Not
you know
even
what?
terrible.
It happens sometimes, you know?
Man,
Yeah.
definitely happened to me.
I had no.
I had a bumpy week in my fantasy, but you know I'm in too many leagues. I'm not doing this again, by the way. I'm not gonna be in damn near 20 leagues again. I'm not doing that. I can't even count. I can't count them all and give you a record because I get tired of looking at the shit. But I was probably 60-40 somewhere around there. I won some, but I lost some, and it was a bumpy week for me. Big Ed, you said you had a pretty good week. With you?
Yeah, I was 50-50. You know, I'm only in 2 leagues because that's all I can keep track of with my ADHD.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. I tell you, it's going to be fun show, man. We got a fun show lined up for you guys, man. Let's go ahead and get this party started, fellas. Let's do this, man. Toast up. Everybody ready?
Cheers.
We're going straight from the bottom.
Boom, shakalaka.
Started from the bottom. Now he's there.
Oh, now I'm here. Woo!
That's the E&J VSOP.
Don't know if I mentioned it or not, but Michigan beat Ohio State ass.
I believe you mentioned it a couple of times before.
One thing I learned this weekend while I was watching college football, watching football being played in the snow is more fun than watching football not being played in the snow.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that's why I love.
Especially like it was this weekend where it's not too much snow, just a couple of inches, just enough to cover the field and to make the shit slippery and make it hard on people. Man, that was fun to watch. The crowd was just a whole different vibe, man. What were you about to say again? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that's why I love Packers games and Bears games in the winter.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, well, this Michigan and Michigan State was both playing in snowy weather. Michigan State was really snowy, and Wisconsin and Minnesota was playing at the same time, which that game had more at stake, and it was more important for me. But when I've clicked over to the Wisconsin-Minnesota game, it just seemed boring and quiet and sunny. And I was like, this bullshit. These motherfuckers over here playing in the snow.
Well, it was Michigan and Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Huh?
It was Minnesota and Wisconsin, so
yeah, but it was an important game, man.
And weren't they in Minnesota? They weren't in Wisconsin.
I think they were in Minnesota.
Yeah. So you know, you didn't get the fourth quarter jump around or nothing like that. So if it was in Madison, it would have been a different story.
I'm sorry, man. That Michigan State Penn State game was a whole lot more fun to watch. The crowd was more hyped, and the snow, man. It changes the game. It changes the game.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Back when I used to play football, that was one of my favorite types of games to play. And as soon as those that snow hit, get your knuckles right in that frozen ground and just start grinding.
Yeah, the ground gets hard, and the big fellas fall a little easier. It levels the playing field a little bit because heavy guys don't have that good footing. And you can knock some of the big fellas down in that on that kind of.
Not only that though, it's hard for a quarterback to grasp the ball in the cold weather.
Which is why Michigan kicked Ohio State's ass, because it came down to smash mouth football, because It wasn't a quarterback's day. Although Ohio State got a damn good quarterback, and he did have a damn good game. I like their quarterback. I'm not a big fan of Ohio State or their quarterbacks, Justin Fields, but I do like. Anyway, that said, man, Big Ed, who's
What's
the heavy
up?
hitters this week? Who's the heavy hitters?
This week we got Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and Dak Prescott for quarterbacks.
I can see that.
That's a damn shame when you're a heavy hitter and your team lost.
Man.
Yeah. But Dak did have a good game.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the team didn't have a good game with him.
Agreed.
Moving on to running backs. We got Leonard Fournette, Joe Mixon, and your guy, Eli Mitchell.
Eli motherfucking Mitchell.
Yeah, Eli Mitchell had a hell of a game.
You're a bad boy, man. And you know, in some of my leagues, I played him in some and sat him in some, man. And I was hurting the game. And of course, the ones I played him in, I won. And when I sat him, I lost. And that's the way it goes sometimes, man.
Mm-hmm.
He had that big fat ass Q next to his name, and I didn't know if he was gonna run or not.
But yeah, he did the thing for San Francisco this week.
You're a bad boy.
And
to think about it, he wouldn't even have gotten a chance if it wasn't for injuries. He was third string, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Moving on to wide receivers. We got Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins from Cincinnati, and yo boy, Adam Thielen.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, Adam Thielen, Kirk Cousins, that is called the white boy connection.
And I got an honorable mention. The honorable mention is Mr. Deebo Samuel.
Go ahead, baby.
But he didn't have all that strong of a receiving game. He was more. He had a hell of a running game.
That's why I put him as an honorable mention, because
that's why his name Deebo. God damn it, his name is Deebo. That's why we call him Deebo. How many running backs? How many wide receivers line up as running backs and run that motherfucker that's the toughest receiver in the league right there. Deebo he's called Deebo for a reason.
Right.
It's not your chain, nigga. You're gonna cry when you get to the car.
Moving on to tight ends, we got Jack Doyle, Gronk, and Dawson Knox.
Gronk was getting targets galore.
Oh yeah. Well, you already know that's Tom Brady's favorite target ever. So.
Oh yeah.
He was his bailout, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Evans dropped a pass. You dropped Mike Evans dropped one. You put him in the doghouse. He went to Gronk all day after that.
Yeah. Well, hell, even in New England, with the exception of Randy Moss, who the hell did Brady really have?
Oh, he did that to Randy Moss a couple times too.
Oh yeah.
Randy dropped the ball and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna move on."
He said, "Fuck this old ass nigga."
Soon as the receiver drop a pass, Gronk be like, "Yes."
He said, "Might as well make me run the ball too."
Right. Moving on to defenses, we got the Dolphins, the Bengals, and the Broncos.
Dolphins played a good game, man. Dolphins, are they sneaky good?
They really fucking are.
They're really sneaky good.
I was wondering about
that. Maybe out in the divisional round.
And you know what? The Patriots are opportunists, man. Them motherfuckers, they create turnovers like a motherfucker somehow.
Hey, you know what? Somebody told me the other day. The sleeper teams for the Super Bowl is the New England Patriots against Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay is not much of a sleeper.
It's not much of a sleeper considering they're champs, but yeah, that's the dream matchup for the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm ready to see that.
Me either.
I don't think Mac Jones is ready for that kind of a caliber of a game.
I'm not ready to say it's not going to be the 49ers. So anyway, And what about kickers? Okay, so look.
No, we don't care about kickers. Put them on there for the extra points.
Yeah. Yo, you listen to the Fantasy Football Roundup. We'll be right back. Woo! I want that beat to drop. I want that beat to drop so bad. I want it to drop so bad. Here you go. Here you go. Oh man, I want to do a song to that beat. I'm gonna call it Deebo. I'm gonna call it Deebo beat Ohio State.
Oh wow.
So yo, what we got going on now, man? Who it's on? It's on
Ways. He got the injury report.
Ways with
this
the
injury report,
man. What you got going on there, man? Why you holding out on us?
Man.
Tell us what's going on, Big Ways.
let me go to make sure our viewers understand. This is the part of the show where I go ahead and break your hearts and make you have to make some moves. First up, we have Christian McCaffrey is back on IR.
Again?
No!
Again?
Yes.
Oh man.
Like I said, this is where I start to break some hearts.
All right. Can we go ahead and hold a funeral?
No, not yet. He's still got a whole off season.
But this is like 3 years in a row that he's been hurt.
Man.
So the best ability is availability.
I don't know. We'll see. Next heartbreaker. Amari Cooper has been placed on COVID reserve.
Yeah, so it's like 8 other Dallas players and Coach Mike McCarthy.
See, that's what happens when you suck dick together.
So here's the question though. Amari's supposed to be coming back though, right?
No,
he missed 2 games already.
Yeah, they're extending him.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like half the Dallas team that's out.
Which means he failed the test again.
Yes.
Dan Arnold. He is out on IR for 4 to 6 weeks with an MCL sprain. Not really big on fantasy points, but he definitely has been helping a lot of teams out with that last-ditch effort.
Dan Arnold is from Jacksonville, right?
Yes.
No, Carolina, right? Carolina.
Yeah.
And he's an opportunity, folks. So that when I look at Dan Arnold as an opportunity as to find a jewel in the Nile there. So you look for his backup.
Yeah.
If you need a tight end, if you're hurting for a tight end at the tight end position, try to find his backup and see and just drop him in there and see what happens. Because sometimes that's where sneaky ass players that win you late games or playoff games can be found.
Yes.
They step up.
This one cuts close to the heart for me. Dalvin Cook is considered questionable, but is not expected to play for 2 games with a shoulder injury. Mike Zimmer wants to keep him on the bench and keep him ready so that his return is to run all over the fucking Bears.
But I don't want to do this section no more.
Hold on, because Dalvin Cook, first reports are that he had a torn labrum.
As of this morning, the information was that he's expected to sit only 2 games.
First, bruh, I'll send you the links. Trust me, I'll put the links in the comments. But first reports were that he had a torn labrum. And then Mike Zimmer came out and said, that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the play he got hurt on.
So did I.
And, yeah, from what it looked like, that was a torn labrum.
I don't have x-ray vision, so I'm not going to say that.
And you cannot carry the ball with a torn labrum.
I don't want to do this section no more.
Why is that?
Because I got Dalvin Cook and McCaffrey.
All right.
So you got to find some
And I
backup.
still had him until now.
All right. So this next injury is a defensive injury that will help out quarterbacks. More specifically, I think it's. Oh shit! Is it Goff playing this week?
Jared Goff?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared Goff played Thanksgiving. He's
Okay.
playing. Right.
So Patrick Peterson is still out, but this time he's been placed on COVID restriction.
Okay.
J.J. Taylor, running back for New England, is out on COVID.
And Jared Goff needs more help than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really does. He needs our entire defensive backfield just to quit the game. And
Well,
even then, he still runs the risk of throwing some interceptions.
Well, isn't the majority of your line out too? Your starting line?
That didn't make a difference for us.
Isn't Daniil Hunter and Everson Griffin out?
Everson definitely, Daniil, yes. But we moved Sheldon Richardson out to end, and then we got a younger guy at end, and he was actually really impressive last game.
Barr isn't in your injury report this week?
No.
Who? Come on,
Anthony
man. Let's
Barr.
stick to people that people got on their team. This motherfucker picking guys off the bench.
So the next one's another defensive player who's going to help out some offensive players. TJ Watt is still out due to COVID. He just tested positive this morning.
I thought he was back, or he came back and went back out.
Yep, he just tested positive this morning.
Damn.
Yep.
I'm changing one of my stardoms then.
And this one, OG, is really going to break your fucking heart. Deebo Samuel is listed as doubtful, but expected to miss 1 to 2 weeks with a groin injury. I was listening to all the shit talk. I was like, yeah, I'm happy I put that one as last.
OG done said he's done. He done walked out the show.
Damn.
And I'll do it with our injury report for this week.
All right, and thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. Seriously, man, it's the Fantasy Football Roundup, man. And that's your injury report. And I don't want to do the injury report no more. It ruined my day. All right, it ruined my day.
It's one of those things you got to do.
Yeah.
Especially in a fantasy football show, because we're trying to help people with their lineups.
Let's do that when y'all people get hurt. Leave my people alone.
Hey, you gotta remember, I'm still waiting for Derrick Henry to come back. My people hurt.
Damn.
All right, so we got our stardom and sit 'em.
All right, let's get down to business, man. It's the stardom and sit 'em. It's the meat and potatoes of our show right here. And what we do here is let you know who to start and who not to start. And Big Ed, as usual, I'd like you to kick it off, man. Quarterbacks.
All right, quarterbacks to start this week. Oh, I got Kirk Cousins versus Detroit. That's a gimme.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray against Chicago.
Mm-hmm. He's coming back this week.
That's a gimme. Because we having some problems down there right now. And Matt Stafford against Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's three good ones there, man. That's three. That's cheat mode.
Yeah, I ain't doing any better. Because I can't say I'm doing better because I have Matt Stafford over Jacksonville. I have Kirk Cousins over Detroit, where I switched it up with a safe route. Tom Brady against Atlanta.
Yep. Cheat mode.
I did have one more. Remember,
No, you don't have one more. God damn it! You did your 3. I got my 3. It's my turn. You might say one of mine. Let me do mine.
Okay, I'll let you do yours first.
Damn. I'm here too. All right. Well, I ain't going cheat mode. I'm going to go with the tough call. Jalen Hurts against the Jets.
That's ultimate cheat mode right there.
I'm gonna go with he had a bad game last week, man. But I'm going with Lamar Jackson against Pittsburgh this week as a bounce back. I think he's gonna get that ship right. Yeah. And Dak Prescott against New Orleans.
That's another good bet.
That's another good one.
All right, what you got for us, bro, for that
never
last
mind
second?
Never mind now.
He named it?
OG already said it, so we
I told you, see, I told you, don't trying to throw in a fourth one before I get my 3.
Right.
It's still my thunder. Then I can't. Then now I got to try to come up with something else.
I would like to throw in an honorable mention.
But when Wade said that TJ Watt was out, I was like, oh shit, yeah. Remember I said I got to change one of my picks?
Yeah. No, I do have an honorable mention that none of us have said, but definitely deserves to get up there because of the production he's had in the last few weeks. Tua Tagovailoa. There we go.
Really? Okay, well, I'll start the sit-ems with Tua Tagovailoa as my sit-em.
Against the Giants?
Against the Giants.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sitting him. Sitting him. And I'm also sitting Tyrod Taylor against Indianapolis. And I'm sitting... This one kind of bold, but I'm going to do it. I'm sitting Joe Burrow against the Chargers.
Ooh.
That is definitely bold, but I can definitely see it happening.
Waze, who you sitting?
I am sitting Carson Wentz against Houston. Hill against Dallas. And of course, the sit-em of all sit-ems, Ben Roethlisberger against Baltimore.
That's a dangerous sit-em, though.
What? Maybe 10 years ago?
I don't know. I think Ben still got a surprise or two up his shoulder.
I'm sitting the shit out being. I'm sitting the shit out being.
Yeah. He said he might have a surprise or two. Surprise! I did show up to the game.
For my sit-ems, I got Matt Ryan versus Tampa Bay. Tyler Heineke against the Raiders. And Russell Wilson against the 49ers.
Okay. The Heineke, I'm not really sure. Where he lacks in fantasy points, he is a very consistent quarterback at the same time.
Heineke.
Yeah, but Raiders have been playing some damn good D lately.
Wade, you want to start us off with running backs?
Absolutely. I have Eckler starting against Cincinnati. I got my boy Madison against Detroit. And we're going to go ahead and start Cordero Patterson against Tampa Bay.
Wow.
Didn't see that one coming, but okay.
Hey, he's a fantasy superstar right now.
He's fast, man. That dude he's nice. He's got a little Deebo in him.
Hey, you gotta remember, Cordero's Deebo before Deebo was Deebo.
All right. For my starters for running back, I got Taylor versus Houston. I got Eckler against Cincinnati also. But I also got Mixon against the Chargers also.
But all right. Well, I am gonna go with Fournette against Atlanta. . Henderson against Jacksonville. Eli Mitchell versus Seattle.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say Eli Manning.
Elijah Mitchell. He doesn't eat strawberry ice cream. Big Ed, who you sitting on the running back side?
I'm sitting Robinson against the Rams. I'm going to go against Waves, and I'm sitting Patterson against Tampa Bay. They got a damn good run defense, man. And I'm sitting Barkley against Miami.
It's kind of sad when we could say Saquon Barkley as a sit-em and actually feel kind of confident about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be playing him though. I'm starting him because I don't have a choice.
All right. I am sitting Tony Pollard against New Orleans. Coleman against Philly. And Melvin Gordon against KC.
Yeah, with the injury report that I heard earlier, Saquon Barkley is a stardom on my team now. So I am going to sit Ramondre Stevenson against Buffalo. I'm going to sit Kenyon Drake against Washington. And I'm going to sit the Texans against Indianapolis.
That was nice.
That's because don't nobody know who the running back for the Texans is.
Right? Is he black? Okay. They might do something.
Let's see here. Wide receiver starts. Let me see here. I'm gonna go with Cooper Kupp against Jacksonville. Tyreek Hill against Denver.
Okay.
And Justin Jefferson against Detroit.
Solid
ones.
All right. I'll go Cooper Kupp as well. And Justin Jefferson as well. But I'm throwing a little twist in there with Stephon Diggs against New England.
Mm-hmm. Those are all solid ones too. Because two of them are my picks. Justin Jefferson against Detroit. Diggs against New England. And I'm going to add Keenan Allen against Cincinnati.
Not bad. I'm gonna sneak Jamar Chase in for against the Chargers too. I think he's gonna be solid.
How the hell does he keep going under our radar for startups?
Man, he's I don't know. I've started him, but I start him every week, even though I don't always put him in my startums. I rarely put him in my startums, but I do start him every week. So let's see who we sitting.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I'm sitting Lockett against San Francisco, Kendrick Brown against Buffalo, and Elijah Moore against Philly.
Okay.
You said Kendrick Brown. You mean Kendrick Bourne?
Yeah, Kendrick Bourne. Sorry.
Yeah.
Couldn't read my writing for a second.
It's all right. That's not a bad hookup. Ways you want to
go? Sure. Got Goodwin against Atlanta because Mike Evans is about to go off. Johnson against Baltimore. And the surprising yet not surprising DK Metcalf against San Francisco.
So that's both of Seattle's receivers have made it into our sit-ems.
Damn. I wonder who y'all picking. Let's see. I want to set a guy that I like actually this year who's been doing sneakily putting up some decent numbers this season. If you had him, he's been helping you. But I'm gonna sit Marvin Jones Jr. this week against the Rams. I just don't know who Rams is gonna be checking.
Right.
and I have a sneaking suspicion that for the most part it's going to be him, and that's going to take him away. I also want to set Cortland Sutton for the Broncos against KC, and Cole Beasley against New England.
Oh,
Yeah. Emmanuel Sanders and Stephon Diggs are going to have a hell of a game.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sitting Measly Beasley. And we up for tight ends.
We're up onto tight ends.
Big Ed, who's your starters?
I'm gonna go Darren Waller against Washington, George Kittle against Seattle, and Mark Andrews against Pittsburgh.
Okay. OG?
I'm gonna go Travis Kelce against Denver, Kyle Pitts against Tampa Bay, and Gronk against Atlanta.
Damn. So I'm just going to let y'all know. Y'all both have picked all three of my picks. I got Travis Kelce against Denver. I got George Kittle against Seattle. And I have Kyle Pitts against Tampa Bay.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. And TJ Hawkinson against Minnesota. God damn it. All right. So look. That was just a shot at Wade. That's all.
I know.
My sit-ems, I'm sitting a guy who had a very good game this past week, but I just feel like this week he makes me nervous, and I'm going to sit Dalton Schultz against New Orleans.
That's a nice pick.
I'm going to sit Zach Ertz against Chicago, and I am going to sit Dawson Knox against New England.
Okay. Big up.
All right. I'm gonna sit Noah Fant against KC, Knox against New England, and Thomas against the Raiders.
Okay. I would sit
Noah Fant, but okay.
I'm gonna sit Met against Arizona.
Yep.
Conklin against Detroit. And Henry against Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm surprised about the Conklin pick, but yeah, the other two, I'm on board.
You know who's going to be taking those passes more than what Conklin's going to get will be KJ Osborne.
And he's good. I like KJ Osborne. He's a sneaky good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
He's hiding out there in a lot of waiver wires and a lot of leagues too. So
yeah,
if you're hurting for a receiver, you just need to find one. He's a good one to sneak. He's a good sneak pick out of a waiver wire. Okay, defense, fellas.
All right, I'm gonna go the Cardinals against Chicago, Dallas against New Orleans, and the Colts against Houston.
I'm gonna go Eagles against the Jets, Eagles against New York, and Philadelphia against. All right, no, okay. I'm Eagles against the Jets, Rams against Jacksonville, and Dolphins against the Giants.
Okay. I got Cardinals over the Bears. Eagles against the Jets. And Minnesota against Detroit.
Oh. All right, going on the sit-ems. I got the Giants against Miami, the Washington football team against the Raiders, and Seattle against San Francisco.
And I'm going to sit the 49ers against Seattle.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Saints against Dallas and Bears against Arizona.
Okay. I'm going to go Detroit against Minnesota. Pittsburgh against Baltimore, obvious choice. And Seattle against San Fran.
There you go. And that's all the stardoms and situms, folks. This is a good time for a little break. We want to thank you guys for joining us on the Fantasy Football Roundup. And the beat didn't drop on the last beat, so I'm going to keep on playing it.
We'll be right back with Beast Mode.
So you wanted to you're right. We got a new section that we wanted to do real quick, and I kind of stepped on it. Thanks for reminding me, Big Ed. Beast Mode, where we are going to try to predict who's going to be the big winner, the heaviest hitter of the week, the heavy hitters of the week. So, Ways, this was your idea, so you get us started. Who's going to be your heavy hitter this week? Who's your beast mode?
Fantasy football points are very precious points. And it's usually one of the least likely of sources that gets the most points during the week. That is why I'm choosing Tua Tagovailoa to be my beast mode player of the week. What does the Giants defense have besides giving up wins?
You know, they have an opportunity to play against Tua. So look, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with cheat mode, man. I'm going Jonathan Taylor against Houston.
All right, Big Ed, you are muted. We finally got our mute portion of the show.
I wasn't muted. I had my mic off.
And he says that there's a difference.
Well, the red mic wasn't up, so I wasn't muted.
Yeah, he says that like there's a difference.
But my beast mode player of the week, I'm gonna pick Joe Mixon.
That's not a bad pick.
No, he's gonna definitely go off.
Yeah. I'm not muted. My mic's not on. Yeah, that's that's what muted.
And for anyone who's watching this, go ahead and in the comment section put down who you believe is going to be the top points earner for fantasy football points this week in the NFL.
Let us know your beast mode player of the week.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Now we want to say, we'll be right back listening to the Fantasy Football Roundup with your boys, OG Tim Wilson,
Big Ed,
and Waves.
And me.
I was waiting for him to say.
All right. So we come down to the last and final segment, which is the picks. But first, before we do our picks for this week, I'd like to let you know how we fared last week. And I got to start off by giving some props to Big Ed. I mentioned it to him. I didn't mention it to Waves when we did one of our other shows. On Thanksgiving, Big Ed was perfect.
Yeah.
And Joe and I both were 1 and 2.
Yep.
So we all picked the Bills. Joe and I picked the Lions and Cowboys, and the Lions and Cowboys both lost to the Bears and Raiders, and respectively, I should say. And Big Ed was 3-0 for Thanksgiving. So round of applause for that one. Good job. But there were 12 more games to be played on Sunday and Monday. So let's see how we fare.
All right.
Yours truly. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it a little different this week. Let's see. Okay, so we mentioned that with the Lions lost to the Bears, and Big Ed was the only one who had the Bears. The Cowboys lost to the Raiders. Big Ed had the Raiders. The Bills won. We all had the Bills. The Bengals won, and Big Ed had the Steelers. His perfect streak ended there. The Dolphins won, and Joe was the only one that had the Dolphins. The Eagles lost, and we all had the Eagles. The Patriots won, we all had the Patriots. The Falcons won, and Joe was the only one that had the Falcons.
Wow.
The Bucks won, we all had the Bucks. The Jets won, Big Head had the Texans. The Broncos won, and I was the only one that had the Broncos. The 49ers won, and we all know Waze had the Vikings. The Packers won, and Waze had the Rams. The Ravens won. We all had the Ravens. And last but not least, the Washington football team beat Seattle. And I was the only one that had the Washington football team. I went 10-5. Waze went 8-7. Mm-hmm. And Big Ed went 8-7.
Damn.
Yeah.
How's about that?
I'm going to get my win one of these weeks.
So yeah, I haven't done. I'm gonna do a full tally eventually, but I think I'm kind of dominating. I think I'm kind of dominating right now.
I'm still above 500. So
you think so?
Yeah, I do believe so.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna take your word for it until I do a tally, because you had some tough weeks, but we all ended over 500 this week. Y'all both were tied at 8-7, and I was 10-5. Good week, though, man. Yeah. By the way, did I mention that Michigan beat Ohio State?
I was gonna say it's got to be a special day because we got you here in color today.
I gotta put the maize and blue in action, baby. The maize and blue I couldn't come on and let the maize and blue be black and white today. Not today. Had to see the maize and blue. So Big Ed, what's our games for this week?
This week we got the Cowboys and Saints on Thursday.
I'm going Cowboys.
Okay. You know what? I gotta go Cowboys.
I don't know. I'm gonna go against the grain because the Cowboys, like I said, they're missing 8 to 11 players, and their coach this week. I'm going Saints.
Okay.
Next up, first game of Sunday, we got the Colts and Texans.
Oh, good game, but I'm going Colts.
Okay. Big Ed?
I'm going Colts also.
I'm going Texans.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Vikings, Lions.
Vikings.
Oh, you don't even have to look for my answer. You already know what that is.
Lions.
That's actually who I'm going with. They're going to get their first W against the Vikings.
So I'm the only one going with the Vikings?
No, I'm going Vikings.
Oh, no. Okay, my bad.
Giants, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Dolphins also. Buccaneers, Falcons.
Wait a minute. Let me write this down here, sir. Buccaneers, Falcons. I'm going Bucks.
I'm also going Bucks.
Yeah, I'm going Tom Brady as well.
Remember, the Falcons defense don't like to show up, so. Eagles, Jets.
Eagles.
Latonya, you're going to love this. We all three picking the Eagles. Cardinals, Bears.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm going Cardinals. They got their boy back.
You know where the hell I'm going. I'm going Bears all day.
Oh, I thought you were going Cardinals.
I thought he was gonna make a wise choice too.
Hey, I thought I was gonna make a wise choice to pick the Lions too. Chargers, Bengals.
Bengals.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals as well.
I'm gonna go Chargers. Jaguars, Rams.
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 I'm going Rams also.
Yeah, Rams.
The Washington football team versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
Both played some great games last week. The Raiders played a great game against the Cowboys. David Carr looked very good. I get him confused. I don't know if it's David or Derek, but
it's David. Or no, it's Derek.
Yeah, Derek.
I told you.
David played for Houston.
Yeah, one of them played for Houston. One of them plays for the Raiders. But either way, Carr looked good.
Which is something David Carr never did.
He had his moments every now and then.
He had his moments.
He was like Eli Manning.
You have to understand the Texans were a new franchise. So
yeah, he
was the first pick for the Texans franchise, first ever pick for the Texans franchise. So he didn't have much to work with. No. I'm going to go with they're on a roll. So I'm going to go with the Washington football team.
Ooh, Ways.
I have to go Washington as well. Heineke has been way too consistent for me to really pick against him. He's not being spectacular. He's not being big timer. He's just getting the job done.
Okay.
I already said I'm going Raiders, right?
Okay. No, you didn't. I was waiting for you to say it.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders.
You can't talk in your mind and then expect us to know what you're saying.
Yeah. He's just,
I thought I said it earlier. Sorry.
See, I have to tell my girl this all the time. I don't know what's going on in your head.
Ravens, Steelers.
Is that really a pick?
Ravens.
Ravens.
Oh, yeah. Lamar Jackson going to have a field day without TJ Watt there.
Yeah.
So, Ravens also. 49ers, Seahawks.
Close call, but I'm going to go with 49ers.
Oh, yeah. 49ers.
Russell Wilson, TJ Lockett, and DJ Metcalf all made it into the sit-ems this week. I'm going 49ers. Broncos, Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Ways?
I have a hard time with this one only because I don't know whether or not Teddy Bridgewater is going to be playing. They want him to play. They expect him to play, but it's still questionable. So I'm going to go with the safe bet and say the still angry and pissed off Chiefs because of the first half of the season they had.
I'm going Chiefs also. Patriots, Bills.
Oh, this one is actually a tough call.
Yeah, this is actually a tough one.
I'm gonna go Patriots. It's time for Belichick to make a statement.
Ways?
Yeah. See, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, I think all three are going to have really big games. But I don't think it's going to be enough to beat the Patriots.
So all three of us are going Patriots.
Yeah.
All right. There you have it. There's our picks for this week.
That's all the picks for this week, folks. And that is all the show for this week. So, yeah, we want to thank you guys for joining us, man. We do this each and every week. Did I miss something? Was something else that we were supposed to do? Or am I out of line for closing the show right now?
No, that's it.
Okay, so that's it, man. You've got our starters or sit-ems. You've got our heavy hitters. You've got our beast mode. And you also got our picks of the week. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. However you join us, we want you to continue to join us. Thank you for it. We'll see you again next week. I hope you win. Good luck. I hope we gave you some good advice, at least gave you something to think about. And we want you to win. It's almost playoff time, y'all. In many leagues, it's only 2 weeks left before playoff time. So it's that time of year, man. It's time for you to start buckling down, making some good decisions, and winning some games, baby. And if you can't get in the playoffs, at least play spoiler. Kick somebody's ass for the fun of kicking somebody's ass this week on us.
Right.
Fantasy Football Roundup from the What Up Though Show Radio Network. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson. I was about to say Squirrel Boogie. That's what I used to be. But it's the OG Tim Wilson. Big Ed and Waze. Thank you for joining us. See you again next week. Peace.
Just need to clear my mind.